Are you ready for a treat? The Ohio River. Once again. And I'm sure this bridge has a name, but I have no idea what it is, but it's a nice looking bridge. And there's Parkersburg, West Virginia. You know what's funny? I told this to somebody the other day, and for some reason I've had a lot of get there-itis about West Virginia, and I don't know why. Huh. Not get there-itis as in hurry up, but get there-itis as in there's been, I don't know, somewhat a sort of excitement or anticipation, if that's the word, or anyway. So here's Ohio and Belpre. Oh, and by the way, after breakfast, Donna brought me down here to Belpre, and then I'm walking across here to West Virginia. Oh, look at that, up ahead. I'll show it to you in a second. Well, I'll show it to you in a second. I won't even tell you. That's a pretty river, isn't it? Now, it's a little bit muddier here than it was over there in Louisville and Mount Vernon, Cincinnati. Anyway, here's what I wanted to show you. Welcome to West Virginia. I've seen very few welcome to the state signs on the routes that I've been, because I've either been on back roads or it's been on a bridge or it was at night or something like that. So welcome to West Virginia. And speaking of the state signs also, this welcome to West Virginia has been the most colorful sign. So Colorado, you got to step it up. Even though your signs say welcome to colorful Colorado, come on, they're just brown and white signs. If you're going to have colorful Colorado, you got to at least make the letters colorful, right? So anyway, West Virginia. I guess I'm in West Virginia right now. Welcome to West Virginia. Well, here's Market and 7th Street in Parkersburg. Don't know what that building is, but I guess I'll find out later on. Continuing up 7th Street. This is somewhat interesting. This is the train tracks coming off the bridge. But look at this. It comes right down the middle of the street and then finally comes this way and then continues on its merry way. Parkersburg at night, kind of pretty, huh? North Bend Rail Trail in the rain. I don't know if I guess I told you this. The North Bend Rail Trail is an old rail bed, just like the Katy Trail in Missouri. It's about 70-something miles long and goes through a few small towns. And let's see if you can see this here. I'm going down to Walker today. So only 10 more miles for the day, which is good. It'll get me in right before dark. And my plan is to camp. If it clears up, I'll camp outside tonight. Otherwise, I'll try and stealth camp on the loading dock at the post office and hope nobody says, "Hey, what are you doing?" But something else that's interesting here is, looks like West Virginia is trying to, right here, connect a whole bunch of trails to get all the way through the state without walking on roads. which all the way up to Pennsylvania, which is pretty interesting. So what I'll be doing is going actually this way and then down here, and then up like this, and then over here to Maryland and down the C&O Canal to Washington, D.C. So West Virginia is doing a pretty good job, and just like Ohio, a lot of trails. Okay, so off we go. I haven't been taking much video today because of the rain, and the camera's been underneath my rain gear, so it's hard to get out. But I came across this. Thought it was cute here on this bridge. This is actually bridge number 48, by the way. The third one I've come across today. Mike Millie loves Shirley. Whatever became of that relationship. Huh. So this is the nice rainy day. It hasn't been a downpour. It's just been a steady rain. And the trail is relatively well kept. In some places it's a combination of grass and hardpack. And in other places it's strictly hard-packed gravel. The goal for the day is about another mile up here. I'll probably hang out underneath the loading dock of the post office. The ideal place to go would be to a place called Petroleum, where there is a actual trail shelter, but I won't make that by nightfall. But you know, who knows? If I take a rest up here in Walker and then go the further, I think it's 6 or 7 miles, maybe I'll walk in the dark. I'll have a partial moon if it clears up, so we'll see. It's gonna be cold, 26 tonight. Well, I've gotten some visitors here at the post office. First, this bus came and parked, and then one of the mailmen came and parked and then came inside. He said I'd have no problem camping here. And now these two buses are here. So it looks like a bus convention, but I think what I'm going to do anyway, I mean, this is a nice spot and everything, but I'm just going to go ahead and head on 7.7 miles up this way. I'll have about an hour or so of night hiking. Hopefully the clouds will clear, because it's supposed to stop raining at 5. And then that'll just give me like a 7-mile day tomorrow, or if I want a little bit further, 10 miles or whatever. So anyway, off I go. It's cold, man, it's really cold, but when I'm walking it's warm. This has been pretty since leaving the post office there. The rain stopped. Clouds are still up there. I'm making pretty good time, but the sun has officially set. It's 5:17, so I've got probably another half hour of dusk left, and then I think I've got about another hour and say 10 minutes, something like that, to go. So I'll be popping out the light, and also the tunnel's coming up too. It's pretty even in the dusk, isn't it? With these colors here. Well, this is it. This is the first tunnel. It's called the Eaton Tunnel. It's the second longest. Actually, oh, look at that. It's the second longest, I believe, on the North Bend Rail Trail. I think it's 1,200 miles. 1,200 feet, like a quarter mile. Ooh, that's dark. Let's look at this one more time. So let's go in and have some fun. I guess I'll get out my light, because I can't see anything. There, how's that? And looks back behind us again. From there into the darkness. Hey, you remember when I was on the Katy Trail and I said that these tunnels make your voice sound pretty good? Well, the shorter tunnels do. These long ones, not so much. Yeah, I can see the end of the tunnel already. So anyway, these of these tunnels, there's a few of them. And then the longest tunnel, which I think is 1,900 feet, and I forget what that one's called, but it's going to be up ahead in a day or so, maybe. They say that one's haunted. Ooh. But I'll be going through that one during the day. Look, you can see my breath. Okay, let's get to the end here. I might say there certainly is quite a bit of artwork in this tunnel. Blaine, 86. And, oops. The eye is watching you. Continue on. And we're coming out of it. You can tell, huh? By the just about faded light of the sky. Probably gonna have to use this now from here on out. So that was fun. So that was the Eaton Tunnel. Right there. Huh. Even at night it was fun. I could see stuff. Wow. Okay. Gonna have to put you away now so I can see what I'm doing. Well, this would be the little town of Petroleum. Got here last night just a tad before 7, so a little bit ahead of schedule. During the night, when I woke up a couple times, I was wondering, well, gosh, why am I feeling a little bit achy in my feet? Well, turned out to be almost 20 miles yesterday. I didn't really take all that into consideration. So my 14.5-mile day was a little bit longer than I expected. But I'm glad that I stopped here instead of down there at the post office. And it was pretty nice because I was all dry, even though there was a lot of dew. And I slept in. It's a little bit after 10. So anyway, I think it's about 10 miles where I'm going today. I'll first go through the town of Cairo. It's spelled like Cairo, but they pronounce it Cairo. And then I'll go about 3 miles beyond that to a little gazebo. So hopefully it's more than little and it's big enough to hold me again. And then the next day, tomorrow, will be Pennsboro, and then after that will be West Union, where actually I'll be staying with some people, Paul and Sharon Weekly. They actually are volunteers for the American Discovery Trail, so it'll be nice staying in a house, nice and warm. And then after that, I don't know. I think Salem, I think? I don't know. I don't know where I'm going. Take a look at this. If you can tell, maybe you can't, but ice formed on that water last night. It's actually pretty thick too. There's a total of, gotta be careful, it's slippery, 49 bridges on this trail. And this bridge here has been, we crossed Goose Creek, I think probably for the 4th time already. And then there's another one right up ahead there. And it's going to be Goose Creek again. Well, here's another one of those places way out in the country where you wonder what the story is behind that homestead, who the people were and where they eventually went. See that coming up? That's called the Silver Run Tunnel. And it's 1,376 feet long. And by the way, the one yesterday, Eaton, that was actually 1,830, something like that. Anyway, Silver Run Tunnel, 1376, and here's something interesting about it. Ooh. Back in the day, when the railroad was running, and I guess since then too, it's reported to be haunted. I read a couple of reports that when the train was still operating, some train engineers would sometimes see a what appeared to be a woman, which with pale, bloodless skin, and the trains would sometimes try to screech to a halt before they hit her. So, Silver Run Tunnel, let's go see what we find. And look at this, nice pretty little drips there. Okay, you hello, are you there, woman? Let's go see. And should we use the headlamp, or can we maybe see the entrance on the other side there? By the way, the difference on this tunnel here, look, it's all brick, as opposed to the other one was all cement. Okay. Oh, look, And just like that, you can see the reflection from the other end of the tunnel. And why, there it is. Okay, I need to pay attention here. Almost there. I want to show you something as well. Every so often, there's these little cutouts in the walls of the tunnel. You know what those are for? In case there were any train workers here and the train was coming through, they would just step up inside there so the train wouldn't squish them against the side of the wall. All right, here you can see one, I think, a little bit better here. Yeah, almost looks like a stand-up tomb, though, doesn't it? You know, it'd be interesting is put statues in here that light up, and when people come walking through here, turn them on and then turn them off. All right, that's the Silver Run Tunnel. Silver Run, Silver Run. I didn't see the Silver Run ghost. It certainly was fun, though. And look at that. Mile marker 23, which means we have, I think, 3 miles to the town of Cairo. Cairo. Okay, now that I'm out of the tunnel, I just thought of a parody of a song I could have sung while I was in there. Parody to the song Silver Bells, you know. Silver bells, silver bells. It's Christmas time in the city. So that tunnel, Silver Run Tunnel, I could have sang, what could I sing? Silver Run, there is a ghost in the tunnel. See her gleam, hear her scream, soon we will be out of here. Yeah, silver bells. Well, here's the town of Cairo. So let's go over the bridge, see what we can check out here. And oh, here comes a truck. I was originally gonna camp down there underneath that shelter, but since this was kind of a short day because of the long day yesterday, I'm going 3 miles past. Let's go check it out. Well, the first interesting building I've come across already before getting across the bridge, this little skinny building, the old Bank of Cairo. Rail Trail Market over there. Watch out. And interesting little town. It reminds me of sort of a coal mining town, but it also reminds me of an old west type of town up in the mountains out west. And here's a little marker. Let's see what this says. Oh, looky here. Plastered on the side of, I think it's a bike shop. American Discovery Trail sign. How about that? General store. I'll go in there for a second. Cairo Town Hall. Yeah, there's Shemp's Cafe. That's what I'm gonna do. Oh, looks like it's closed. Oh well, guess I'm not. Maybe I'll go to the pastry place. Yeah, I just had a cheeseburger and some cookies, salad. Now it's off to this gazebo. I talked to a guy in there. He's actually a volunteer on the trail, so he gave me some good information. But it'll be interesting, of course, tonight because it's gonna be 23, man. 23. All right, here we go this way. Can you see that? It's a deer up there. Maybe 150 yards. Checking me out. What's been interesting about another feature of this North Bend Rail Trail is that starting with mile marker number 9, there's been these little, what I call them cutouts, I guess, along the side of the trail. They usually don't have a trash can or a fire ring, but there's been these cutouts about every couple miles, sometimes a little bit more frequent, where you theoretically could stealth camp along the side of the trail instead of having to worry about finding a place, say, near a town or something like that. Some of them have been had access to the creek down below the trail. Of course, you'd have to filter the water. But ever since, I guess, petroleum, I'm east of Cairo right now, about a mile. But since petroleum, which is, I think, mile marker somewhere around 18 or 18.8, 19, something like that, there hasn't been any water access. So what you'd have to do is get some water in a town to carry it over you to the next town. And the towns being not that far apart, you wouldn't have to carry that much unless you're using water for cooking or something like that. Another one. And then not a quarter mile away, or maybe a quarter mile, this place, which looks modern, so to speak, but not inhabited. Looks like it's already got some problems going on there. Really interesting. Oh, and here comes a tunnel. What's this tunnel called? I'll have to look it up. Bonds Creek. Bonds, James Bond. And this is the Bonds Creek tunnel. It's only 353 feet long, so no ghosts. Let's go see what we have. Well, here's something that's interesting about this Bonds Creek tunnel. As you can see, in 1956, a train came out of this tunnel and tumbled into the Bonds Creek right here. Huh. So presumably it was coming this way from the east to the west, exited the tunnel, somehow derailed maybe, and then right into the creek. Tunnel. Let's go through the Bonds Creek tunnel. And out the other end. And look at that. Here's where I'm going to hang out tonight. Yeah, pretty nice. Looks like it's got a view too. All right. And speaking of that train that crashed coming out of here, do you see what number the tunnel is? You can't tell very well right there. Look at this. Tunnel number 13. Well, not funny. I shouldn't say that. Can you see that? Icicles. It's 4 something, about 4:30 in the afternoon, and that's how warm it did not get today. Huh. Can you tell which way is up and which way is down? I can turn the camera and it probably look the same, right? Yeah, look at that. Which is up and which is down? Well, it was 20 or 21 last night. And the shelter came at the right spot. So thank you, North Bend Rail Trail, for keeping me, I guess, a little bit less cold and keeping the dew off of me. Keep that tent record going, yeah.
Country roads take me home to the place.
Howdy. There's Sharon.
Hi.
There's Paul. You know who they are?
Take me home, country roads.